Hi everyone, it's Shannon Cherry, the creator and founder of Business Charm School and your creative relationship marketing expert. If you've been struggling in your business for way too long, perhaps working a little too hard than you want, then take a couple minutes and listen to what I have to say. It might be the change you're looking for. And best of all, it's for free.
Look, with plenty of hard work, earning some money on the internet isn't too tough. You can build a website, start a mailing list, or create a blog and see the money start trickling in. Perhaps this is the situation you're in right now. You can even go further and start earning a really decent income, but sometimes it feels like it could just slip through your fingers at any minute if something bad happens. Perhaps you get a family emergency, or Google decides to update its algorithm and obliterates most of your website traffic. What are you going to do then? Or perhaps you're doing a pretty good job, but you're always flying by the seat of your pants. And you're accumulating a lot of stuff to help you do this, but you're not using it to its fullest potential to get more out of the time you already have. No matter where you are in your business, it's tough to sustain your business when you have so many curveballs thrown at you all the time. I mean, we've all been there. But what can you do about it? How can you avoid these things? Let me tell you a story. Although it seems like eons ago, just a few years ago, I gave birth to the most adorable twins I've ever seen. Okay, I'm biased, they're mine. And when we finally all got settled back into home, I thought I could do it. I could have two little girls at my side and run a business at the same time. And what I found out was I couldn't. I am not a super mom, and I never will be. But during that time period, I lost a lot of ground in my business. It was scary because all the income I had just dropped because of my own expectations. Now that my girls are older, they're sick, things haven't really changed that much as it comes to priorities for my life. My girls are diagnosed with autism, and because of that, I need to be there for them a little more than I expected to be. Well, when you have kids, it's always something, right? So I learned early on, back when my girls were babies, that the only way I could make sure I had a consistent income was to make sure the roots, the foundation of my business was as effective and efficient as possible. I took inventory of everything I'd had and started capitalizing on what I already had to make my business work for me on my own terms. And you can do the same with Operation Charmed Cleanout. This is a free video training that culminates in a live webinar where I share with you all my secrets of exactly how I recreated my business on my own terms without adding more stuff and more things to do to my plate. Here's just some of the things you'll be learning. In your first lesson, it's all about taking inventory. Look, it's tough to know where you're going when you don't know where you've been or even where you are now. The cool thing about having a business online is that it's easy and inexpensive to accumulate plenty of virtual real estate. But that often comes back and bites us in the butt when we have so much out there and don't even know which end is up. So in this lesson, we're going to start taking an inventory of everything you have on your plate and figuring out what's working and what isn't. Now that you have an understanding of your business and where you are, you're going to do some tough love and make some much needed decisions. It's time to stop doing the things that aren't working and turn your business into a well-oiled machine. I'll show you the criteria I use to determine what needs to be cleaned out and what can stick around. So by the end of this lesson, you'll start feeling much more focused and ready to make drastic improvements to your business. And once you've cleaned things out, we're going to move on to lesson 3. This week will be about setting up systems to ensure you know how each component of your business is performing exactly as it should for the most profitability. In addition, I'm going to show you plenty of places in your current website where you're not likely maximizing what you've got and how you can fix that immediately. Most of us are leaving so much money on the table, but you're going to start changing that once and for all. Your next lesson is all about some tweaks and remodels. Is your current website and business set up to be as functional and profitable as it can be? Find out how you can reorganize to increase your opt-ins, your sales, and even charge more money for your products. Now, don't worry, this isn't as complicated as remodeling a kitchen or dining room. There are simple steps and strategies that can mean big changes for your business. And finally, it all ends on April 10th when we have a live webinar to talk about how it all works together continually. Because your journey just doesn't end here. What you've learned during each lesson will help you start making long-term plans for your business. You'll be equipped with the know-how on how to make the decisions on which projects are good for your business and which to say no to. You'll also know how to maximize the projects you take on for the most profit.
This free program is all about taking action, because action is what it's going to take if you want to really change your business. So the first step is to take action by signing up and instantly get the first Operation Charmed Cleanout video today.